then we'll give you no authorization to do so. If you choose to do that, our conversations are done.
This is a conversation between
I appreciate it if you get that
Bill
to me.
Baker
I will check with Mr. Wilkie.
with
Thank you. Bye.
Central Refrigerated.
Yes,
And the following is a conversation with
and we have several drivers who have
Kay, who is the
trying to
investigator for the Attorney General's office
very difficult with
in Utah. And the following is a conversation that we had regarding the complaint that we had, and we're trying to present to them as to the discrimination in the state of Utah.
Have you talked to the Labor Commission?
Yeah, we've talked to the Labor Commission.
That's the only place I can tell you to go, because we can't do anything until they refer the case to us, because we represent Utah state agencies in a court of law. So we can't get involved in private civil matters, of which this is. But I'm surprised that the Labor Commission hasn't been able to help you, because if you work and don't get paid, that's where you should go, and they should be able to help you.
Well, what are they? I thought when it came down to an investigation, what we're asking is because there's multiple cases where this company have held back wages, like in one case. Child support has been held back, but wasn't reported to the state of California, and the driver ended up getting his license suspended.
Oh gosh!
And then the company fired him for other reasons, which were because he had filed a DOT and a discrimination complaint, and this has happened to him, and it's happened similar things that happened to me myself. I'm a founder of a 501c3 nonprofit that is attempting to help myself and other drivers with the problems we have with that company. After we filed a DOT complaint, then they have taken retaliation action against myself and other drivers.
Wow. Well, the only other thing I can tell you to do is get together and get an attorney to fight it.
Well, are you telling me that if we have a case where this company is withholding wages that's supposed to go to the state of Utah and other states, and not reporting those states, then I need to get an attorney to fight it, and your agency don't have anything to do with investigating those wrongdoings?
We don't, unless it's referred to us by a state agency. So if you were to report that, and those complaints were to go into the Labor Commission, for instance, if it went into the Labor Commission and they did an investigation and found that they needed to take these people to court, then they would refer it to the Attorney General's office, and then that's when we would get involved. But we don't get involved. See, we are legal counsel to state agencies.
Right.
So if it's not referred by a state agency.
What we're doing, what is your name, ma'am?
My name's Kathy.
Kathy? What we're doing, Kathy, I have a website, several websites, and I would like for you to take a look at them, and after looking at them, if you could reply back as to how we can resolve these issues, because we don't have time and the money, and especially this organization don't have the funds and the personnel to. I've spent at least 15 hours last week trying to help one driver with his problems, and your system is so cumbersome, and I put that out there on the website, that something needs to be done in order to help these drivers and people like myself. And I have 3 years of college education. I was a police officer for 3 years. I've been heading up organizations for the past 45 years. I'm 69 years old, and I don't have the ability to even be able to file a claim with all the roadblocks that are put in place. And the only way that I see that we can bring this thing to a head is if your agency or some agency that's an enforcement agency in Utah can't give us some kind of relief, then we need to take this issue along with other issues before Congress to see can they find out some kind of...
And I think that's a wonderful idea too.
But before we go that far, we would like for you to take a look at what we're trying to accomplish and see can you offer some kind of assistance.
Well, I can look at your website, and I'm sure it's very good and it's very informative. However, the Attorney General's office still cannot do an investigation unless the case is referred to us by by a Utah state agency.
Well, we've done as much as we can to file these complaints with these agencies, and some of the documentation, other than the fact that some of the documentation they want you to notarize them. Now here we are, truck drivers running up and down the road, many of us, day in and day out, legally and illegally, trying to pacify these companies in order to make a living wage, and then when we have problems, we got to go through a process of in order to file a complaint, we have to get this complaint notarized. We have to mail it.
You have to have it notarized. You just need to get it to the right people.
Well, the documents on there say it's got to be notarized. And in today's age, an email is as a fax normally would be the same as a certified document in a sense, especially an email. And what we're asking, in essence, is that these email statements be accepted as much as a certified, as an official complaint. And if we could even get that done, and now if that's the case, these documents that have already been emailed to the different agencies, including unemployment and the child support in California, and even some to your department.